Hi everybody, welcome back to Hautemamas. It's Jacqueline and Lisa here. I think we need to take a step back and just kind of explain some of the things that we're thinking about regarding our channel. We said at the beginning, and I think we're still feeling that way, that a lot of the YouTube sites and channels are really focused and geared toward people that are in their 20s, early 30s maybe, and I wanted a space where people in their later 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s can come and watch us play around with makeup, make mistakes, learn from them, and maybe teach you guys some things. Yeah, so that's kind of our goal. I'm 52 and
I'm 47.
So we're in the right age group to be doing this type of show. So yeah, so that's what we're trying to do. I wanted to give a special shout out to my new Fabfitfun friends that I made online. I want to thank you guys all for your encouragement and support. And on that note, what we're going to be doing today is a makeup tutorial. Pure Cosmetics Nude Collection. It was contained in the Fabfitfun Fall box.
October.
That's awfully hard to say. Fabfitfun Fall. Wow. Yeah, the October. It's the fall box because it comes by season.
Yeah.
So for the tutorial, I'm going to be using one brush. It's the brush that was contained in the palette. So this side here, this domed side, I'm going to use that as a blending brush.
And a crease brush.
And a crease brush.
For transition color and blending.
This side, I'm going to be using as what I call a smudge brush. In other words, smudging bits of eyeshadow places that I wanted to go and pack it in.
Yeah, it's also called a paddle brush, and it's used for packing on the color.
You can see it's thin on one side and wider on the other.
Yeah, it's kind of a multitasker brush. Generally, you would use quite a few more brushes, but I think probably since we're starting at the basic thing, and most people would get a palette, use the brush that's in the palette. That's what we're going to try.
That's what we're going to do.
So it's going to happen.
So I want to show you the colors that I'm going to be using. They're not named, but I'm going to point them out to you, and hopefully you guys can see this. I left the mirror covered so that it wouldn't...
Turn it the other
Yeah.
way.
Okay, actually, Lise, can you do that and I'll hold the mirror?
All right, so I think we're going to... So generally, what you would start with first is your transition color, and that's just kind of like a basic matte color that would be, kind of along this tone, maybe a little bit darker. And that's just sort of to start out your look so that all the other colors kind of blend into it, so they're
They
look
look
uniform.
color. Yeah, between the light and the dark.
So this would be kind of the transition color, what we're going to call the transition color. And then we're going to deepen up the outer V a little bit with this brown color and somewhat in the crease. And then we're going to make it smoky by using this black. You can also use this black as a liner if you wanted to, and not have such a harsh line with eyeliner. And then for the middle of the lid, we're going to pop this color in the middle of the lid to kind of bring out make your eyes look wider and brighter. And then this color is going to be like the highlight shade kind of underneath the brow bone, maybe in the inner corner a bit.
The important thing with this is that we're using primarily matte colors. It's really important when you have a hooded eye like I do that you use matte colors. And by hooded eye, what I mean is that part of my upper eye falls down on top of the upper lid here, like this. It's important not to highlight this area here because it's just going to make the hood look bigger. And if we just put eyeshadow right here on the upper lid, it's just going to disappear as soon as I open my eyes, right? So what we're going to try and do is bring that eyeshadow up onto the bone here. So I'm going to start with the transition color, which is this one. And it's a matte. And I'm going to put it up onto my brow bone and into this area, into the outer part of the lid. Now you can already see the difference between the two eyes. This eye already looks like it's being pulled up. That's from the effect of this eyeshadow. Okay, so you don't really need to be shy with this because this color, this particular color in this palette is quite light.
You don't have to be too persnickety about it.
Yeah, I'm kind of while doing it on camera too, and I'm using the camera as my mirror. So you can see I've got my transition shade in. Now it's important in between colors to clean your brush off. I've been cleaning it on my jeans, so I basically just swipe it back and forth on my jeans. Lisa didn't think that was a very good idea, so she got me a brush cleaner, but I haven't got it.
But it's actually called a color switch.
Yeah,
It's
just
like a little spongy
go.
thing that you can get at Sephora. I think it's called color switch, and you just swoosh your brush around and it catches all the powder that from your last color used, and then you can use the same brush again.
Yeah.
It doesn't take the place of cleaning your brushes, but it's good for this sort of thing.
Exactly. Okay, so the next color I'm going to use is
the brown.
this brown color here. Now we want to be careful on our hood because you see there's a bit of glitter in this. So I'm going to really be a bit sparing with this color.
And it's going to go in the outer V and kind of in the crease more, as opposed to
right up top.
Yeah.
So you see I placed the color, now I got to blend it. And I use like a windshield wiper motion to blend that color through. So you see how that other color was a transition because now it's just forming the base for whatever else I'm doing. So I'm going to start with just a day look, and then I'm going to add a night look too for you guys so you can see what the difference is. So again, see if I step back, it's not that obvious, and I've used quite a dark color to do that, so don't be afraid of color. I'm going to do the highlighter because I want to do that before I start putting black in everywhere. So I'm going to highlight with this yellowy color at the very bottom there. So you take that color and I'm going to put it right under my eyebrow and just in here. Like that. Right under my eyebrow.
And then we'll blend that out.
We'll blend it eventually.
Later, but yeah.
So the idea is that your eyes look more open and that your eyebrows look higher. I should mention that I've done primer already and I did my eyebrows already. And the primer that I used today was Smashbox primer.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do. It's tinted. So I quite enjoy it. Okay, so that's on. Now I need to put color. So I've got color here and I've got color on the outside. And I need to put color right in the middle. What color was that again?
We had one picked out. Of,
oh yeah, we're gonna do it. No,
was it that one? Oh, it's this one.
It's this one. Okay.
Opposite end of the spectrum.
So we're gonna use this one in the middle of the lid. Now, when you're using
one.
Yeah, when you were using color in the middle of the lid, you can. This is where you can use glitter. Okay, so this is where you can actually use glitter because you're on your lid here, and so you can highlight that part of your eye without making yourself look exhausted or tired or bringing your eye down like that. Now we have to blend this all in, so I'm going to use that blending side. Okay, so I've blended. I'm going to be editing bits out so that you don't have to sit there and watch me blend. Now I'm going to use this paddle brush, the paddle side of the brush, and I'm going to really pack that glittery part right on the upper eyelid so you can really see it. Okay, and then we need to add a little bit of color down here to sort of bring this color to the bottom. So I'm going to use that transition color that we started with, this one. I'm going to use that paddle brush and I'm just going to bring color lightly
to match up.
To match up, like this.
The idea is kind of like make it, you know. And when you're doing it, you want to make sure that that all of your shadow and everything kind of go in the line like this, up.
It
You don't
should
wanna
not
bring
go
it
outside
down.
of there because otherwise you'll end up bringing your eye down like that. The visual of it will be like this. Okay, so I've got a little bit of color under there. So for a day look or even a day to night look, this would be appropriate, this shadow look. Now, I'm just gonna deepen it, and with the magic of editing, I'm gonna show you what a smoky eye would look like. So this color here, this black color, I'm gonna use...
They usually will call it a liner color because you can line your eyes with it as opposed to using eyeliner. But you can also use it to deepen out your outer V to make a smoky eye.
And that's what I'm going to show you. So you see how I drew a V there? And I'm going to bring a little of that color down, that black color, just down here.
Ooh, just going crazy.
Okay, now we have to blend this because that obviously looks a little funny. So we're going to blend that out.
And then the more layers you add, the deeper and smokier and crazy it gets, right? So you can go pretty...
You can go nuts with this. You could really like legit
do the
go
whole
crazy
thing all over again, and it would be deeper and smokier. And
yeah, it just keeps getting deeper and deeper the more.
then
you apply.
eventually you cross a line and you look like you got your eyes shot out. So there's there's a line.
So we want to avoid 2 pee holes in the snow. Okay, and it's really
just gotta stop right before
yeah. The key is this blending brush. You really need this. This is really, really important. I'm glad they put the brush in this palette.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see I've got now a smoky eye. You just keep going and going and going with that. This is probably as smoky as I would get for any kind of normal evening function.
I would go all out.
She would
I'd be
go
like
crazy.
17 layers later. Is this too much?
She would go nuts. I'm a bit more conservative with it, but this is, so you can see what I've done with this one palette and the one brush. Yes, and that one brush.
That came with the palette.
Yeah, that came with the palette. If you guys have any questions, please write them in the comments. I'd be happy to answer them. Lisa or I would be happy to answer them. Thanks very much for watching, and thanks for subscribing. We really appreciate it. And once again, this is Pure Cosmetics. See you next time. Bye.